I'm making it happen, I'm like a centipede. Niggas be green, they draining my energy. Killing my soul, they seem like the enemy. Yeah, down.
It's the couch confession.
It's the Couch Confessions. Like promised, we told you guys we're gonna be real raw and uncut with you all when it comes to the Couch Confessions. It can be anything from personal experiences. It can be anything from just being messy. Like if you want to spill some tea that you got, you can come sit on the couch and confess. But if you want to have a serious moment, I'm definitely here for that.
Yeah, we're here for all of it.
We're here for all of it.
But today's couch confession, we've been talking.
We've been talking, and you know this is June, which is mid-month, mid-month of the year. So we kind of want to do a recap on, you know, how everything has been so far. Like, I know for me how things have been with my situation, with me not talking to, you know, my family member, my dad. Me and him ended up falling out, unfortunately, over some crazy stuff. Caused me a lot of anxiety. You was there for the moment. You heard some of the things that was said. It was just crazy, and I had to really like find myself back from that. And
oh my gosh! And you know what? When it was all going down, friend, I could just see the sadness, but I kept wanting you, and I was like, okay, well, in your time, unpack it. But I wanted you to because I knew that even though, you said like whatever, I ain't stunting him or whatever.
yeah,
the case may be. I knew it hurt you because I mean it's a parent at the end of the day. But
yeah, it was crazy. Like it really bothered me because I was just like, what? Like I'm your son. You know, I don't feel like you should, especially if I express certain things towards you. You know what I'm saying? Like I express certain things in the community that you can and cannot say if you're an ally. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you still come to me and call me certain names and certain words because you're trying to hurt me. But one thing that I did learn, hurt people try to hurt people. So it's like whatever you're going through on your back in your life that you're unhappy for, it's not fair for you to put all that on me. Try to take me down. You know what I'm saying? So essentially, you know, I started back therapy last month, so I've been doing that.
Okay.
You know, I've been in a pretty good space when it comes to my mental health.
With that situation was like a trigger for you to go back?
It was because it was like, you know what? How do I navigate through this? Like, how do I stop having these anxiety attacks because I'm feeling like, oh my God, you know, it's just me down here, and I'm like, I have my friends, but it's like I don't really have family that I can depend on. You know what I'm saying? That's in state. Yeah, other states I'm okay, but when it comes to here, it's like, what happens if I get sick? What happens if I go to the hospital? You know what I'm saying? And me and my dad are at odds. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like I feel like I needed to get some kind of clarity on how to navigate through a situation like that in order for me to just suppress those anxiety triggers for me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, I've never had anxiety issues before. So it's like, why am I having them now? Why am I experiencing these things at my age? I'm just like, what the hell is going on? And I'm not used to that. So it was definitely a lot for me.
I don't know if age is like a.
But it's crazy is I never had anxiety in my 20s.
We talked about that.
And like I would go in the room and work the room. Like even now, yes, I can still do that. But it's sometimes it's like you want to sit back and take a break. You know, you don't want to go in the room every single time working it, making your rounds away. Sometimes you just want to chill out and relax. And it's like people perceive you a certain way, so they expect for you to show up that way
all the time.
All the time. So they see you all happily, bubbly, very full of character, so they expect for you to come in that way. And it's like, damn, sometimes I just want to relax.
Right.
I just came to chill. I'm not here to dance. I'm here to chill out.
He said, I'm not here to dance. So my thing is, so did the therapy give you a tool that you shared? That
therapy gave me several like techniques in order for me to understand and like in a situation where I do get anxiety. Like even yesterday I got a phone call from a family member and I saw the name come up and I was just like, typically a month or two ago I would see it, I would instantly have an anxiety attack, like where I would just like my heart would just start like beating fast, like I'm like, what the hell, like because I don't know what kind of conversation is on the other end when I pick it up. You know what I'm saying? It
And
could
you're
be
already anticipating some
I'm
BS.
already anticipating the
Yeah.
worst of
Right.
the
Right.
worst,
Right. Right.
So I'm just like, okay. So yesterday
Yeah.
when I saw the call come in, I was at peace. I was at ease. I wasn't stressed out. I didn't feel like it was some bullshit. I just
Right.
was like, you know what? Let me answer it. Hello, how are you? I can be mature and have a conversation at the end of the
Right.
day
Right.
and let you be that. You know what I'm saying? But
100%, child.
definitely gave me
Tools and
some
techniques. Yeah.
tools and techniques in order for me to suppress that anxiety when it
Okay.
comes to that. Like,
I feel like the topic of our dads right now is tough. It's Pride Month,
and
so
it's Father's Day weekend is coming up.
yes, this is why it's just like all the timing of all of this is so I'm happy we're having the couch conversation because you know what people in our tribe probably can attest to this, especially being in the part as a part of the community, um, as the ratio or the analytics and statistics have it, dads are not as embracing
They're
as
not,
moms would be, or
especially black dads
yeah,
at that.
yeah. So, well, for one, I think with your situation, I was so hype about your dad
I
coming
was
back around
too. Like,
because I felt like he matured in that aspect. But I mean, let's call a thing a thing. He called you some really obscene names that you know you won't even we wouldn't even call our enemies.
yeah,
You
I
know, like
wouldn't.
and even though we know we are not these names that he called you, I just felt like, damn, it came from your parent. Like,
Yeah, you heard
dude,
it.
yeah, it was. Yeah, I heard the audio,
You
and
heard it.
I'm glad that you had a witness because, it, now it's vanished. But
Yeah,
at the end of the day, it's like,
but all I can
and then
do.
what was the reason? As Cardi B says, what
What
was
was
the
the
reason?
reason? And I just think about it, like I dwelled on it,
Yeah,
of course, over the past 6 months. And I was just like, you know what? Was I wrong? And of course, I had to like reach out to you guys, reach out to Brian and Alec, and kind of get an opinion on like, was it something that I did that was wrong to trigger this? You know what I'm saying? So I thought about it, and I'm like, yeah, certain things I could have probably handled a little bit different when it comes to communication wise. But outside of that, I feel like I didn't do anything out of the ordinary. You know what
right,
I'm
right,
saying?
right.
I'm at the age where I'm trying to protect my peace. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? So it's just like,
Yeah. You
no,
ain't do that wrong,
I didn't
child.
do
And
nothing.
I can't stand that about abusers because that's what he is, essentially. He's an abuser. And I'll tell you why I say that because I have a similar therapy story and conversation that I've had to identify my dad as an abuser as well. But that's what the thing is with abusers. Like they'll prey on us because we're people pleasers. They
We're
know that we
givers.
givers. Yes, we love hard, whatever. But they will mishandle us and mistreat us because they don't know how, like you said, hurting and broken people.
Yeah.
They're showing their weakness essentially.
And
But
I don't genuinely get it, and
I never
I
understood
don't
that.
hate. My dad. I don't hate anybody. I couldn't be a lover of God if I hate somebody.
Yes,
So I don't hate anybody, but
right.
I just pray that you know eventually at some point put that behind and like try to fix it. You know what I'm saying? Like if it gets to that point, I know at the where I am now, I kind of just want to be done with it, like and just leave it where it's at for the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like once I'm ready to sit down and have a conversation about it and talk about it, how I feel about it, that would be a whole different element I would
Yeah,
have to be in at that point.
yeah,
But
yeah.
me now, I feel like I'm at peace. Do I miss my father? Of course I do, because I really thought we was building a good relationship. Like
Mm-hmm.
I was really excited about it, but it's just like
Yeah.
it just went downhill. Like it really went down. I just
But
was
the
like,
true colors came out, and you gotta thank God for that right now because you were putting yourself in a position where you were opening up your heart back again. You were welcoming him back. You would have given him a big portion of your heart again,
hmm
and only for him to just kind of like break it into pieces
yeah.
again. You know what I mean?
I was just like, you know what? This
Shame
is
on him.
exactly this is exactly what I was talking about. This is exactly what
That
I
was
thought
yeah,
was gonna
yeah,
happen, and it ended up
yeah.
happening.
You did call it.
So I was just like, geez. But
Mm-hmm.
I pray for him. If you watch this, I do pray for you. There's no
Mm-hmm.
malice in my heart when it comes towards you. It's just we gotta grow.
Yeah, we
We
got
grow.
some growing us to
People
do.
grow and
Yeah.
people change. And a lot of people don't expect change from their children sometimes. So when they see that change,
Right.
they don't like it and accept it. So it seems like you're acting a certain way when essentially all you're doing is growing and trying to elevate and be a better person. I feel like as we get older, things change. We're not going to continuously do the same
Yeah.
things that we used to do anymore, and
You're supposed to, like,
we don't
that's
want to do
the
that.
rite of passage, maturity. Like,
We don't want to do it.
leave some
So I
childish
just
things
leave it alone,
behind,
and
child.
I pray for him, and
Well, that's
I
good,
keep it moving. Well, how are you? What's going on with you?
child. I'm good. I'm good now. A couple weeks ago, I think it's been like 2 weeks. So my backstory is my dad and I haven't spoken for since I came out, and I came out at either 20 or 21. I can't really remember. I came out in the unconventional way. I told y'all we shared on the podcast. I came out by putting myself and my boyfriend's picture.
On
It was actually
social
me and
media?
myself, yeah, on social media, on Facebook. And there was the questions. I never told him that I was out, but my mom shared with him that I was, and we never spoke again.
You have a Caribbean background, right?
Yes,
Guyanese.
Guyanese,
So
yeah.
I'm pretty
So
sure
it's like
that's,
it's taboo over there.
yeah.
It's like, whatever. But I see that there's growth, but still it's not embraced, at least with my family. And from what I experienced recently, child, I had posted a picture from DC,
I
and
saw that. I was gonna chime in, but I didn't want to add any more pressure to what
yeah,
was going on in there.
yeah. Did you
I
see all
just
the
thought that was
comments?
crazy.
Yeah,
And
but you
she
know what?
looked crazy
Yeah,
too.
she definitely gave crazy. And then when I went to her page, I was like,
But that's your family member,
that's
right?
my cousin. Yeah, it's my cousin from my dad's side. It's actually a first cousin. Like it's anyway. So she commented under the picture about how I needed to repent, and you're going. If you continue this way that you're going, you're gonna go to hell. I'm like,
No.
first of all, for one, you don't know me
Don't
because
know me.
yeah, you don't. She don't know me.
And you're not gonna tell me where I'm going.
Yeah, she's not God. So I was like, when people want to come throw God at you, whatever, they got to take account that they don't know what your relationship is like on your own with God. And
Exactly.
some of us actually have a relationship. We don't
Yeah.
just talk it.
We don't talk that.
So, child, we nipped that in the butt. Well, me and the 90 other people that commented on it nipped that in the butt real quick. She was going back and forth. She was sparring. She was holding her own.
I
But
saw.
she was like not open to anybody else's perspective.
Yeah,
So
she
she was
was just
closed
stuck onto
minded.
what she was.
Yeah, she wasn't open, but that's her loss. And I prayed about it. I prayed for her, and I will never forget. God put it on my heart to be compassionate for her, and I didn't understand why until I figured out this cousin, and I remembered her back life story and all that. I'm like, oh, child, I ain't even saying it, but I said all that to say my dad also caught wind of this, and I haven't spoken to him now. You guys think 10, 11
Oh
years.
wow.
He co-signed. He basically was like, "Yeah, don't be mad at her." He was
He
told
reached
my,
out to you?
no,
Like,
he didn't reach out to me. My sister reached out to him asking him who is this cousin, and he's like, "Oh, why you want to know? Because she lit fire under him, like under your brother." It's true. He's sold out. He what? I basically, oh, I chose the devil. So when I heard that, of course, mind you, I haven't heard the man's voice in all these years. So I actually heard the audio of him saying that, just like how
that's
you heard the audio of your dad saying
crazy.
what he heard said. I heard it and I was like, I was shocked a little bit, but then when I got on the phone, I was hurt. I had to process my hurt. I wanted to cry, but I couldn't. Tears wouldn't come out.
Right.
So I don't think it was meant for me to cry. And it was interesting, but I was hurt. I'm like, yo, after all these years, still, and whole time I'm sitting here like ready to love on him. Like my arms is still
Hmm.
open because
That's what
like you
hurts.
like yeah, that's the part that
That's the
hurt.
part that hurts because we
Hmm.
put our hearts into the
Hmm.
relationship, even though it may have been a rocky one. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? But when you feel like you can be transparent and y'all start to grow and learn things,
Hmm.
that's where you feel like, okay, well, maybe it's going somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
it's normal. It's feeling normal. Like, you really support me. You're really supportive.
Yeah.
But then one bump, that's a wrap.
Yeah.
And you're back to where it is. And it's just like, damn, I didn't open myself up to you just to get knocked back down.
And disappointed.
And
Yeah.
disappointed again. Disappointment is the worst feeling
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah. And it's kind of hard to forgive if you don't like if you're not intentional about it.
Yeah.
So for me, I had to work through that, and I've been working through it. I'm hurt all over again because you got to remember you just abandoned me emotionally, basically as a as I still as much as I was 20 years old, I still felt like I was a young man that
Yeah.
like depended on them like
Yeah.
as parents, even though I wasn't living under their household anymore. I was under their roof.
Yeah. That.
So to just have you drop me like that, and you really was, he literally was, and I keep telling this story, but he was like for me one of my best friends. Like I actually have a relationship with my dad, like
Mm-hmm.
growing up. But it took me back to that conversation we had where I was like, where was I, like 14 to I can't even remember. It was 12, between 12 and 14, where he told me like, I'll give you whatever you want from me in this world, but don't come telling me you gay.
See, I don't get that. Like, as a parent, how can you
So
tell
he
your
stuck to
child
that.
that? Like, how can you tell your child that?
Child. Right. I don't
No.
get that. I can't do that
You should
now.
be happy that your child. Let me tell you something. When I told my mom I was gay, she didn't care. Her first question was, "This, please give me some grandkids." And I was like, "Okay, we can still do that." You know what I'm saying? Her other question is, of course, to be safe.
Yes,
If
yes.
you're doing anything,
Yes.
just be safe. I
Yes.
was like, I don't even worry about that.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely being safe.
Mm-hmm.
And then she was like, you know what? At the end of the day, she was like, son, there's way more worse things you could have done or could be. I could have been, selling drugs. I could have been
Yeah.
really crazy things out there,
Right, right,
but I have not.
right.
And she was like, there are way worse things you could have been out here, and you being gay. I accept you. I love you. You're still my
Mm-hmm.
child at the end of the day. And my mom in my relationship, I met my mom when I was like 17, 18,
Mm-hmm.
officially. Like, yeah, as a kid, I don't remember all of that. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? I
yeah.
was super young. My mom wasn't around. I was raised by my
Mm-hmm.
grandparents. So for her to come back into my life at like an older age and still embrace me with all of this love and stuff like that,
Yes.
it just feels good. And it's like, I wish I could get that from the rest of my family instead of them talking about me all the time and calling me
Right.
crazy names. But it don't bother me. It used to, but I'm at the point where now it's kind of just like whatever.
Yeah, it's
Because
really they lost though. You got to think about it
like
because
you're
you're missing
seeing me
out
live
on.
my truth. You're seeing me
Mm-hmm.
live for me. You seeing me be happy living my life, and it bothers you because I'm doing that, and that's the
Yeah,
part that I don't understand.
yeah, but
But it makes sense.
yeah, and I can't. But I don't want nobody in my space that's gonna be like that
Yeah,
though,
like
because
because I can never fully
you,
trust you.
yeah, you're your enemy at that
I
point.
feel like
Even.
because
Mm-mm.
yeah, because it's like if you come at me and say, "Oh, you this, you that," and then you try to circle back and like try to be cool, it's just like, are you really being genuine? Are you just trying to like finesse? Like what
It's
is it?
giving finesse.
What like what is it?
It's giving finesse. But the topic of the dads, man, I just say if I was to give any advice in this situation, is process your hurt, process exactly
Pro-
what you're
and
feeling.
that's what you and I thank you for that because you told me that.
Yes.
And at first when I got the messages and heard all of the whatever, I was like, I'm okay, I'm fine. But mentally I wasn't
Yeah.
there. And when you told me, you was like, I'm gonna give you time to process it. I was like, I needed to hear that because that's exactly what I did. Now it
Mm.
took me some time to process it. And I was like, you know what? He was right. I had to process this in
Yeah.
order for it to like hit me.
Yeah.
And once it hit me, I processed it. I was like, you know what? Maybe it's time for me to get back in therapy to work on how I can navigate through these situations
Yeah.
where it does be a trigger to me. 'Cause I know what to do. Normally, I'm the type of person that just shut down. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Yes. Yes.
And I don't want to do that anymore because I feel like that's causing me a lot of internal issues. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yes. Facts.
that
It
really
cause
eats you up. High
yeah.
blood pressure,
Yes.
anxiety attacks. I just wanted to
Like
like
your gut
your
health.
gut
Yeah.
health,
Yeah. Yeah.
everything,
Yeah.
brain, everything be
Mm-hmm.
not functioning the way it needs to
Yeah.
function. So that's why I was like, I'm gonna roll myself into therapy. I'm gonna get some
Right.
help once a week, 30-minute sessions. That's all
Right.
it takes is to
Right.
talk to somebody who's not within my circle that I can get some advice from and can
Right.
kind of like, lead you to the right
Right.
direction.
Right.
So
Right. Right.
that's where I'm at with that.
I think too the and I'm happy to see that more people are doing therapy. I don't know. I just feel like our friend group is embracing it more than the generations prior to us
Yeah.
or what we've been taught. And it's really objective. It's really fresh perspective because you got to remember when you're familiar with certain people, you shut it out. You hear them, but you don't really hear them. Some in some cases. So I get why you do it, and I think is important that you got back into it. I'm happy that you did
Yeah.
because, like I said, it's like we got to process it. And if you're watching this and you were going through a similar situation, allow yourself to feel exactly what you feel. because you're human and
You're human.
these emotions are
Exactly.
coming up for a reason. But don't focus on getting back.
No, retaliation is not the key.
Retaliation ain't it.
Because the first instinct was to go back.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I wanted to so bad. That was my first thing too.
I'm like, I'm not gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, that's not gonna prove nothing. It's just basically saying you're equivalent to what they're giving.
Right.
And I didn't want to be that person.
I'm not matching your energy.
I'm not matching your
and
energy.
Then to make myself look like a fool, or
Crazy.
to come off of my pedestal to come down there and roll around like a pig like you.
No,
to
I'm
be
not
honest,
gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it.
And I'm not calling our parents pigs or whatever. I'm just saying, like, when people want to get nasty, like Michelle Obama say, when they go low, you go high.
I can go.
No, I know we could. Well, we could go low.
We could go low,
but no, go high though. Go high.
Go
it
high
makes
road.
Because
And pray for them.
For real, it
Pray.
takes nothing. It takes nothing, and at the end of the day, they're missing out on some dope young men that would that give them love, that could teach them a lot of things, that could help them through stuff.
And we could teach each other. Like,
right. They could put me onto some old school
you
stuff.
being an OG, you have been out there, so you know exactly what's going on in the street.
Child, wow.
But now it's just like, okay, but it's okay.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm not gonna stress about it. When time comes, it'll come. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like my mom told me when I was, told her about the situation. She was like, at the end of the day, that's still your dad. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Love him, but you can love him from a distance. It's okay. And when you're ready to have a conversation with him, do that. And I was like, you know what? You're right.
Yeah. I love him from a distance. I'm going to do that. I'm going to love mine from a distance. I have no ill will or ill feelings in my heart. I don't feel that for him.
They swear that we feel like a negative. I don't feel a negative. I've never been that type of person.
Disappointed.
I'm just disappointed in how things went down.
Yeah.
It did not have to go down that way.
It didn't.
It didn't.
Especially because you ain't attack him. I ain't attack him. And
I'm not going on
I'm
my
not
way.
assassinating my father character, and there's so much things I could point out.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, but for me, the other disappointing part is that they forget where they came from. They forget their journey through life, because there's no way you was an angel going through this. Right. There's no way you wasn't doing your own sin. There was no way you wasn't, caught up in things that God would not be happy with. And so don't come to me with that.
Exactly. And now that we're in our 30s, we're navigating through a lot of those generational curses. Mm-hmm. We're learning our way around them.
Yeah.
And when we're learning our way around them, the families don't know how to perceive it. Like, they don't know how to receive it. Mm-hmm. Because it's like, oh, you broke the cycle.
Right.
So you're acting different.
Yeah, you broke what they normalized.
Right. So now it's like, oh, you're the problem. It's like, what?
It's in direct opposition to what they got going on. No. So we clash.
Yeah.
But my advice to anybody that's going through a similar situation: process your hurt. For me, I have last night officially prayed for forgiveness with him. Like, because before, I was more so praying about like his mentality, like, and thanking God too, because I was like, you know what, God, he wasn't the dad that I needed this entire 10 years or so. Because could you imagine, had I been trying to continually form a relationship with this man, and he still had this thought process, I would probably be broken and damaged. Oh, yeah. And I'm so happy and thankful for I know we were talking about like immediate family, but I'm happy for my chosen family. Oh, I'm happy for every single one of them, because I can come and pour it out on you, and I can go to, my godmom is my go-to for all of that. My mom now, me and my mom especially, developing our relationship. She's more open to hearing me, especially with that relationship being repaired was key. And I'm not gonna lie, kind of like your mother. My mother is ready to be like, "What's up?"
Like, what's
up? Like, she ready to handle the problem for me. But at this point,
our mamas don't play about like kids now.
They ain't play about them. We might have had like, even if there was distance in a relationship, whatever. But that mother's love is nothing like that mother's love.
Nothing like it, baby.
Nothing like that mother's love. But happy Father's Day to our dads and our moms who play both roles. Happy Father's Day to you out there if you're watching and you're a dad. Because I know that some of our supporters. Yeah.
And I know June is Men's Mental Health Month as well.
June. Okay, good.
From my understanding, yeah. So I do express or let everyone know, hey, if you are suffering through anything, please get you some help.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to reach out to Dex or myself, you can do that. We can give you advice. I mean, we're not trained therapists. We can only just give you knowledge on what we know if we've been through this situation and share some kind of light into your lives when it comes to that.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely reach out. You're not alone. We want you guys to know we're always here for you. You can definitely drop some gems in our inboxes.
Yes.
We will love that. We can share love and light with you all.
Period. Just let all of that positivity be put back out there. As much
Yeah.
as we're not gonna add to the reservoir of negativity that's already in this world right now. Like,
But you also
heal.
got to think.
With,
Look how much positive examples or positive role models or just positivity we get when we go out on a daily basis.
yeah.
We always good people always gravitate towards
Yeah,
us. You
because
know
of
what
what
I'm
we put
saying?
out.
Like you said, you
We
get the
attract
energy you
it.
put out, you
Yeah.
attract it. So it makes sense.
Yeah. So, I mean, they'll watch the glow continue.
It's gonna continue. And when it
'Cause
gets
one
to
thing
that
about it,
to
you're
that
not gonna dim
point,
my light.
it's gonna be like, oh, you really shining. I'm shining.
Mm-hmm.
Bright like a diamond.
Thanks to you, because you helped me be you helped me get tougher skin. So I'll thank my dad for that. You helped me do that. You helped me be more of a man and say, you know what, I'm not even a victim in this situation. As much as I'm hurt or whatever, I'm not going to be looked at as a victim, because at the end of the day,
Yeah.
that hurting person is trying to hurt me and break me,
Yeah.
but I'm not.
And I don't
I'm
want
not gonna
to.
let
I
it
don't
break
want to
me.
transfer that down to my children
No,
when it
no,
comes
no.
time. I want to be able to navigate healthy situations when it does happen.
Yeah.
I don't want to be the
Healthy
person
and unhealthy.
healthy and unhealthy. I don't want to be the one that put my trauma onto my children.
Mm-hmm.
I would never want to do that. I would never want nobody to experience something like
We
that.
breaking them curses.
We breaking them curses. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we older. It may
Mm-hmm.
take some time, but we gonna get it there.
Yeah.
And that's it.
I'm like, yes. I'm glad for our first couch confession. It was a real touchy topic, because I didn't think you would ever be ready to talk about it.
I mean, I really wasn't, but I feel like I needed to be transparent with you guys.
Yeah.
And just transparent in general when it comes to it, because I know I'm not the only one who's going through something like that. I'm
Right.
pretty sure there's other people out there in the world who are going through things with family members, sisters, cousins, aunties, uncles. It don't matter who it is, but I just
Yes.
wanted to share my story and how I got peace within the whole situation,
Right.
and can live my life now and be okay
Right.
with it. So,
And we, yes,
That's it.
continue back to regularly scheduled program.
period. And
Shout out to y'all. Thank you for watching
that's
our
our first couch
couch confession.
confessions.
Bye, and
Peace.
happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day, guys.
Yeah, down, down.